Hi, so let's talk about some bad ideas. Alright guys, so I recorded this video yesterday, but I checked it today and it kind of looked like shit on the phone. So we're recording it again. I made it a little bigger, so hopefully it looks better. Ladies. But anyways, I want to make this video real quick. Well, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I want to talk about a couple of bad decisions that I'm thinking about making. By the way, I'm up 15%. And you can kind of see them up here. I'm going to talk about Cloudera, and I'm going to talk about Tesla last, so that maybe you'll watch the whole video. You probably heard me talk every week during every one of these portfolio reviews about, oh man, I should have bought Cloudera. I should have bought more Cloudera. I should have bought more Cloudera. And, you know, I've been waiting for the price to go down, but it hasn't yet. I've been thinking, you know, every week I keep counting these 78.78% metrics, right, that make me look like I'm a great stock picker, but look at this. I only have $90 invested into the stock. If you look at this position and former percentages, it is my lowest position. I have less than 1% of my holdings in Cloudera. And I don't like that at all. So my bad idea, you probably already guessed it, is I'm thinking about buying a bunch more Cloudera at this price. So the reason why I think it's a bad idea is that it goes against my nature, because I'm more of a value investor than a growth investor. I like stocks that have gotten the shit beat out of it. Take a look at a Cloudera. Right now it's trading at $11.58. It is close, not quite there, but it is closer to its 52-week high. It's approaching its 52-week high. It's at least on the high side of it. And I normally don't like that, but, I mean, my faith in Cloudera is not unfounded. Now, I'm not going to do a deep dive on Cloudera. I did make a video on Cloudera earlier. If you want to watch that, you can check it out here or here. But the short version is that Cloudera is a big data company. They take a company's data and then they do stuff with it in order to make that data make the company better. They are the reason that, like it or not, Facebook knows what kind of ads to show you. That's what big data does. Now, Cloudera is not a company that you're going to see in the news a lot. They don't make a lot of headlines. However, I mean, they are making bank in the background. We're going to take a look at their financials in a minute, but just take a look at some of these customers. Right now, they got the U.S. Census Bureau, Lufthansa, Morgan Stanley. They have a lot of big name players that are customers. Nissan. They're customers of Cloudera. For example, Cisco, which is one of my biggest holdings. As a matter of fact, they're my top company. I mean, they are a customer of Cloudera. So Cloudera is making some pretty big moves. Take a look at these financials. Their revenue has been bounding year over year. I haven't done the math recently, but I think we're talking like 20-30% somewhere around there year over year. I mean, they're bounding up. Now, as of right now, yeah, they are showing a negative income, but take a look at these analytics. Now, these are just average analytics, so they're nothing but predictions, but if any of these are to be believed, I mean, they're expected to go from a negative EPS of 0.13 to a positive EPS of 0.28. And a positive EPS means profitability. So they are expected to hit profitability by the end of this year. And then from that, they are going to jump up to 0.41 EPS. So, I mean, their profitability is going to keep bounding. Not only that, by the end of fiscal year 2021, they're expected to hit $838 million. And by the end of fiscal year 2022, they're expected to hit $919 billion. Which means that it is expected, if they continue this trend, that they are going to hit $1 billion. And that's going to cause the revenue to spike, or that's going to cause the stock price to spike dramatically. Take a look at these growth estimates. Oh, one thing is that, one nice trend to see is the EPS trend rising as analysts keep looking at it. And there is a general trend upwards. It's kind of flat here. And then there's a general trend upwards for 2022. If you take a look at the growth estimates, they're expected to grow 315% this year, 46% next year, and every 5 years after that, they're expected to grow 78.40% each year. I mean, it's not an unfounded idea. It just goes against my nature. So right now I have 3,100, almost 3,200 in cash, sitting there ready to deploy towards something. Now, I have been waiting for the market to drop. So, unless you've been living under a rock, a lot of shit just happened. The national eviction moratorium ran out. The unemployment benefits, the $600 a week, that ran out. And Congress is not close to doing anything about it. So, I would have expected the market to be headed downwards, but it's not. It might not even go downwards at all. I mean, the market's been crazy these last few months, and I need to prepare for that possibility. So I've been waiting for Cloudera to at least hit maybe $10, $9, but that might not happen. And I expect the stock price to go up dramatically over the next 3 to 5 years. So my plan is to, maybe I'll wait to $11, I don't know. My plan is to drop maybe $500 into this. And then if it drops down to, let's say, $10.50 or so, I'll finish the position. I like to have at least $1,000 more invested into this. So it'll make my pretty 78% go away, but I mean, it's better for me for the long run. That's my first bad idea. My second bad idea, as you can probably see, is Tesla. So a few months ago, I released a video. You can find that video up here and down there where I talk about Tesla. I go much further in depth than I do in this video, but basically the TLDW is that I really like Tesla. I'm very bullish on Tesla. However, I thought the stock price was too high. Remember, I'm a value investor, not the growth investor. And that was back when the stock was $800, $900. And this is the stock price right now. If I would have invested in Tesla back when I said the stock price was too high, I would have come close to doubling my money. Somewhat close, not quite, but I would have made a lot of money. Now, I don't fault myself for doing that because I'm a value investor and I do believe the stock price right now is too high. However, yeah, maybe I'm hitting a little FOMO, but I am considering it. However, I still will need some convincing that this is worth it. Now, I mean, I don't think my idea is far unfounded. I don't think I'm completely consumed by FOMO. Maybe a little. I mean, their financials, for example, their revenue is ballooning year over year. Well, it's sort of evening off here, but still, the revenue is going up year over year. They still haven't made profitability. However, if we look at their financial analysis, they're expected to go from 0.2 EPS to 8.6 by the end of this fiscal year. And that's a pretty major jump. And they're expected to go from there to 15.38 by the end of fiscal year 2021. And that is absolutely amazing. Like, they're expected to go from $24.5 billion to $29.5 billion. And then jump from that to $40 billion by the end of fiscal year 2021. And the analyst estimates, they are going up dramatically, but it's like I said, fantastic sign. And if we look at these growth estimates, they're expected to grow 4,200% this year, 78% next year, and each of the 5 years after that, they're expected to go 416% a year, each year. That is absolutely phenomenal. And not only that, like, Tesla is a company that I want to succeed. Like, Tesla succeeding as a company means the world succeeds. I mean, Tesla has their hands in more than just electric cars. They do solar power generation, and then they also do battery power storage. All, you know, with renewable energy. And them succeeding and getting market power means that the world gets that much further along into moving away from fossil fuels. So a win for Tesla is a win for the world. And on September the 22nd, they're going to host something called Battery Day, which Elon's been delaying for a while because he wants it to be an in-person event. But when this event happens, Tesla is expected to unveil the latest updates on their battery tech, which is their energy storage. I have a feeling that it's going to be great news. And once that happens, I mean, the stock price is going to go up dramatically, even from here. And another thing I want to point out is their PE. So the trailing PE right now is 691.19, which is unbearably high. However, their forward PE, as of right now, currently, is 217.39. Now, that's still pretty unbearably high. However, what that means is that the earnings are making this stock price more and more acceptable. So my plan for Tesla, if I decide to pull the trigger, is not to buy whole shares at once. I would do something like, I would spend $300 a week per Tesla, and I would buy fractional shares. So every week, my $300 will buy either more or less of a share. Hopefully more, but we'll see what happens. So if I decide to go the Tesla route, instead of buying whole shares, I'll be spending a fixed amount of money each week or each month or however I decide to do it. So my only problem with Tesla right now, other than stock price, is that they say right in their 10K that they are very dependent on Elon Musk. Now, Elon Musk didn't start Tesla, but Elon did make Tesla what it is today. And that's also Tesla's biggest weakness. If something happened to Elon, like for example he quit or something happened to where Elon could no longer do Tesla, the stock price of Tesla is going to suffer greatly. Like, I'd like to see Tesla be able to survive or demonstrate the ability to survive as an entity beyond Elon. But anyways, those are my bad ideas. I only have a finite amount of money. I don't have the infinite money cheat just yet. So, I mean, I can only spend so much money. Like, I'm still holding out to pour my money into Intel if it drops. Like, I don't know. But anyways, what do you think I should do? Do you think I should go into Cloudera? Do you think I should start going heavy into Tesla? Maybe both? Neither? Should I just sit there and hold my cash, wait for the market to drop, if it drops? But let me know what you think. But anyways, thanks, have a great day, and eat your vegetables.